Hey, what's up? How you doing, fellow Switch bargain hunters? I'm James Zamero, and this is SwitchWatch. And in this series, every week, we scour the eShops across the UK, US, and the EU to help find the best deals. The eShop's great, there's always loads of sales on, but frankly, searching through it can be a bit of a pain in the backside. So we do that job for you, and we like to bring you a mix with some games that are indie titles with massive percentages off on them, and some more mainstream AAA titles, for example, with a lower percentage, but are still great value. Anyway, let's not waste any time. Juan, you've got your pick of the week. What is it for you?
Thank you very much indeed, James. I hope you're all well, everybody. This week I couldn't look past a certain game. It's one that I had a lot of fun with, and you know, when these discounts come along, I think if you haven't tried this game, then you should certainly do so. It has 75% off in all the regions that we cover. It's of course a Yoku's Island Express, and what really impressed me about this game is how it blended pinball, open world, and Metroidvania styles in one. It's absolutely a beautiful game to look at on the surface, but it's the playability and the story that really captures the imagination. Here, an ancient island deity is trapped in a restless sleep, and it's all down to Yoku to traverse the island using a unique blend of those pinball mechanics, platforming, and that open world exploration, which really opens up an amazing adventure where you help those that are in need, unlocking new abilities along the way, such as vacuuming explosive slugs and waking up sleepy villagers with the noisemaker. There's some epic boss battles as well, so I would say this: if you love platforming games, exploration, good story, lovely visuals, and the soundtrack, and pinball, then this is certainly the game for you. If you haven't tried this one yet, then I implore you to do so. It's a brilliant game. You will not be disappointed. I reviewed this one, I believe it was a while ago now. I gave it a 9 out of 10. You can check that out by clicking the top right hand corner of the video if you want more information. Take care, everyone. See you next week.
Thanks, Juan. That's a great pick there. I'm going for, well, it's an easy pick, really. It's one of the best games that there is on the Nintendo Switch. Yes, it's Hollow Knight. Team Cherries' epic adventure that sees you take on the Nameless Knight's quest through Hollow Nest in a picturesque 2D Metroidvania. Killing enemies helps you gain souls, which goes to your soul vessel that can be used to restore health, creating a cool risk-reward mechanic if you are at low health. Furthermore, the game boasts a range of NPCs to help you on your quest and expand the lore of this gem of a game, but mostly it's all about the beautiful visuals and epic gameplay. If you haven't seen this one, then I don't know where you've been. They followed this up with a great part 2 as well, but currently the first title has 50% off. A real bargain. Suda51 is known for his quirky, arty works, and the No More Heroes series is no exception. Playing as Travis Touchdown, an anti-hero assassin with regular hobbies from wrestling to anime, is both relatable and ice cold in parts. The game is an open world hack and slash romp full of over-the-top action and story, and it's brilliant. Originally released in 2007, it's an old-ass game, but the version we get on the Switch is both top-notch in terms of performance, running at a solid 60 frames per second, and in this version we get here, which includes all the gore that was left out of the original Western release. It's not for everyone. The game pokes fun at what sucks about games while still being enjoyable, but if you like it, you're probably going to love it. Now, following up the first game with so much character is always tricky, and this manages to be quite different while still being very similar. Driven by revenge this time around, and with tighter gameplay, some of the purposefully silly stuff is replaced with either more focused or instead replaced with some sweet minigames. There's a lot more content as well. It's different enough to enjoy both back to back, and it's a great over-the-top romp here as well. If you want a challenging, non-linear world to explore, then Blasphemous is the game for you. The combat is brutal, and you can customize your build by discovering and equipping, well, loads of different stuff basically. There are all sorts of combinations for you to find the best playstyle for you, and best of all are the boss battles, which are epic in scope. They're absolutely huge, dwarfing your character. It's a great game, especially for those that like worlds dark and twisted, and now there's a very healthy 75% off. Rune Factory 4 was originally released on the 3DS, a superb farming sim with a lean on the RPG elements compared to its main competitors. This is a top-notch open-world game to sink hundreds of hours into. They brought this out before releasing the new title, and now it's on sale. It's a really nice pickup. This special edition version includes the DLC that came out and improves the presentation, but mostly it's just a solid port. So if you never got to play this one before, then give it a go. HyperParasite is a cyberpunk roguelite. This twin-stick game offers something different. An alien parasite has invaded Earth, and you play as the parasite against humanity's defences. Whilst in the original Parasite form, you're weak. Once you get that bit stronger, patiently infecting and taking over hosts, which you can unlock for future runs, you will start to get pretty badass and things will get a lot more fun. The graphics and audio are nothing to write home about, but this is a really nice twist on the genre. If you can't get enough of the cyberpunk style, then check out our roundup of cyberpunk games available on the Switch, and this is a decent one at that. Next up, it's Door Kickers. This is a real-time strategy game that puts you in command of your own SWAT team during tense interventions. You will need to plan your approaches, choose equipment, and coordinate multiple team members as you meticulously blast your way to your objectives. It currently has 86% off in the UK and 85% in the EU, making this a nice time to buy it. Figment is a fantastical look into the inner workings of the human mind. It challenges depression, joy, and the full spectrum of our inner thoughts in a playful puzzle game. The visual style is wonderful. The colours and quirky ideas of the mindscape are portrayed expertly well. The puzzles and gameplay for the most part is good, but not great. There is some light combat and some tracking back to figure out how to progress, but overall this is a very enjoyable game, worth picking up, mostly for its story and style. My Time at Portia is an immersive open world title that evokes the sense of being in a storybook. It's a life sim game that filled the gap whilst we were waiting for Animal Crossing. It's a big old game with lots to do, complex quests, and a surprisingly deep and at times difficult gameplay curve. In all, it's a great game that also looks gorgeous, but the Switch port took a bit of a beating, unfortunately. Loading times are very poor and the visuals took a step down. Thankfully though, there have been a couple of patches that improve things since launch to the point that the game is much more enjoyable, albeit it's still not perfect. At this price though, it's a good game to give a try to. Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York is a visual novel based on the popular and deep series that expanded out of tabletop gaming. And it shows there's depth here with excellently written story, and though there isn't a whole lot of choice making or gameplay, it sucks you into its fantastic world with another bite. 80% off is attractive. This is a worthwhile vampire romp. And for my last pick this week, I'm going with Sparklight. This is an action-adventure game that takes place in the wonderful world of Geodia. You get to enjoy amazing pixel art and a wonderful soundtrack by Dale North in this one. The game contains 5 unique and procedurally generated biomes to explore, and what I love about it is that each one feels like a unique world. It's loads of fun, and the developer has done a great job of adding more and more content as time has gone on. And there you have it, folks, this week's best sales according to us. Let us know what you think down below. Thank you so much for stopping by. If it's your first time here, then please do consider subscribing. When we get to 100,000 subscribers, we've got a shiny new Switch console to give away as well. We've had quite a few reviews come out over the last week. We've got Taito Milestones, Dust Diver 2, Atelier Sophie 2, as well as a list of the top 10 free Switch games on Nintendo Switch. And we've got a lot more content coming later this week, so please do stick around and check us out again. Thanks a lot, have a great week, take care.